And I just want to thank everybody for being here today on Ryan's birthday. This is something we've been wanting to do for him for a long time. So I'm glad that we're finally able to put it together and do something special for him. He meant a lot for a lot of us here. So I just want to thank the family for being here, friends for being here as well. Thank you guys, and a few words from our chief, Christopher Wright. Thank you.
Hello again, my name is Christopher Wright, and I would like to thank everybody also for being here, especially Ryan's family. To the family, we see today's ceremony as a small token of what Ryan meant to our department. Nothing can replace Ryan being here with us, but today we honor his memory with a symbol that will stand forever and for all of us to remember him by. One of my favorite quotes is Jackie Robinson, where he talks about the importance of one's life is on the impact that you have on others. As we stand here today, there is no arguing or disputing Ryan's impact by the crowd here today. He meant a lot to all of us, and on behalf of the probation family, we say to his family, thank you for allowing us to honor Ryan here today. Lastly, I'd like to read a poem. I kind of cheated on this poem. I copied a little bit of this and threw in a little bit of myself in it, called The Tree, to honor Ryan and his family. The tree stands so patiently, not asking what I can be, what I can be. For a tree is sure as a tree can be, that its purpose in life is to be a tree. Without a doubt, it knows its worth. Roots delving deep into the earth, branches standing strong and proud, pointing at the passing clouds. All of nature loves the tree. It is beautiful and in its simplicity. And without speaking, it teaches me that this tree represents love, God, and the entire Santana family. Again, thank you all for being here. And thanks for the staff who put this together. I mean, truly, this would not have happened without you guys. The staff from Pathways and YTEC, and thank you all for putting this together. And what a great way to honor somebody's memory by putting something that will forever be part of our hearts and our memories. So thank you all for being here. God bless the Santana family, and God bless the Riverside County Probation Department. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Kim Bavino. I'm a senior probation corrections officer here at YTEC, and like I said, we've been wanting to do this for a long time. Santana is never forgotten. We think about him all the time. He is missed, and it still doesn't seem real. Every time I leave, I look at his picture. I don't know if you guys do that, but I do. When I leave, I always look up at his picture, and I'm just like, I'm just expecting him to walk through the door. Literally just with his smile. He was so charismatic. For those of you that have worked with him, he was just the best. He made your shift the best. Like, you enjoyed coming to work because of him. We don't really have that much anymore, but he was one of the best. And thank you guys for coming, to his family and his kids. I know he's in heaven. So proud of you guys. Like, I see you guys, all you're doing, you're thriving, your good grades, your dance, your sports. Like, I'm proud of you guys, and I can't even imagine your dad's just smiling down. And just know that he is so proud of you. I mean, you're doing amazing things. And like I said, I'm proud of you, and I know your dad's proud of you, and I want to wish him a happy birthday today in heaven. And I think at this time we could open it up. If anyone wants to share a memory or share something that's on their heart today, we can do that right now if anyone wants to share. But I just want to say that he is so missed. I miss him, and he's going to be never forgotten.
All right, so I mean, there's not much that I can say that hasn't been said by a lot of the PCOs since Ryan's passing, but lately I have been thinking a lot about him, just because, working here, we get put through so much stress, and, we're constantly not necessarily in danger, but like we're in a high alert status, and we do rely on each other a lot, for a lot of things in the unit. We do go through sometimes traumatic events as PCOs, and then we do become a family. So the people in here, Ryan was a part of our family. And we're adding to the family constantly with newer PCOs, but at the same time, the people that have been here with us for a long time, they slowly start moving on to other jobs or other things, so that family starts shrinking and shrinking. And I do agree with Bavino, as when I come in or when I pass out through the door as soon as we're leaving or coming in, we do see his picture, and I do remember him. Every time I watch TV or my favorite Marvel movie comes on and I start watching, I think of Ryan. That's something that we shared in common. We're huge nerds. We would nerd out on X-Men, on Star Wars stuff, things like that. So a lot of things. He also gave me a lot of advice. So my daughter's gonna be 2 next month, and I was thinking a lot about him. When my wife told me she was pregnant, I was terrified. Didn't know what to expect, and then when she told me it was gonna be a girl, I was even more scared. I was like, oh great, not only am I having a kid, but I'm having a girl. A lot more to worry about. I was like, that's kind of scary. So he was one of the people that kind of calmed my nerves and told me, you know what, no, girls aren't so bad. I thought the same way you did, but he's like, my daughter is, one of my biggest happinesses. He's like, she's my best friend. So, and now I agree. Now my daughter is, daddy's girl. That's how daughters become. So I did want to tell you guys again, thank you so much for sharing him with us. I know sometimes this job does require a lot out of you, whether it be time away from family, on holidays, on birthdays, on special occasions. So thank you guys for sharing him with us. I really appreciate it. He was a big part of our life. I know many other people will say that as well. That being said, thank you so much, and I appreciate you guys, everyone, for being here, for probation, for allowing this to happen, for the PCOs here that assisted in putting all this together, and like I said, for the family, for you guys making time out of his special day to come here and be part of this. I really do appreciate it.
Good afternoon. My name is Rachel Lightberg. I am the new director here at YTEC. And just as Mr. Ibarra mentioned, as time has passed, there are those of us who didn't have the pleasure of meeting him. But the wonderful part that I have to share with you is his legacy is living on. Although I never met him, I feel like I know him. And one of the great parts that I think about when people tell stories about him was they talk about his meekness. And meekness is power under restraint, right? This is an individual that can lead, but uses that when it's needed. They also talk about his sense of humor, his joy, his kindness, his gleefulness. Hope I'm getting the right adjectives to describe him. But what a wonderful combination of characteristics to come and bring into this facility. And my promise to you, just as Ms. Vivino said, is that I walk by his picture every day, and I will try to embody those very attributes. And I know that's how his legacy will carry on. And each of us here, the way that we keep his memory alive is to ensure that we bring a little bit of Ryan with us every day when we come to work. So thank you for sharing his birthday with us today. Thank you for letting us gather to remember such a wonderful man. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Johnny Ortega. I'm the food service manager. I didn't actually work with Santana. I worked with him at Riverside Juvenile Hall and here at YTEC, but not directly. But on behalf of Riverside County Probation Baker to Vegas team, I'd like to present this to the family. It's what we ran for this year, which was Ryan and Julio. And some of the team members, we went ahead and signed it. I have one for you, Keyshawn, as well. But I just want to let you guys know that the 120 miles relay race, that we do actually pass that baton to the individual runners. We run with these bibs. That's what we run for, and we're going to continue to run for the family, as well as for Ryan, of course, and Julio. So this is for you. Thank you.
I didn't really prepare anything, but I was thinking back on the way here about why Ryan got into this. While I was pregnant with Aiden, Ryan kind of was like going back and forth with getting into law enforcement, and then after I found out we were having Aiden, he said, I really do want to get into law enforcement. So he applied with LAPD at the time. He got so far each time, and then there was a hiring freeze in the late 2000s. And so he got frustrated, and he decided, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go back to school. That's the right thing to do, and I'll find my way. And so through taking criminal justice classes and things like that, he realized that he just really loved everything about the law. He would tell me all these things when he came home, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, and he would say, I want to make a change. With having Aiden, he'd grown up, and he said, I want to make a change. And so he applied with all the different departments just to see where he would get in, and probation was the first thing that kind of stuck. And I'm thankful for that, because I think that's where he was meant to be. I think God, had a plan for him. He wanted to make a change. As he was working at juvenile hall and here at YTEC, he decided he wanted to get into counseling. He wanted to go back and get his master's, and he wanted to help others. And that was something he was trying to figure out how he was going to fit in with the 3 kids now and how we were going to plan this, but we planned on doing it. And he used to say, I just really enjoy talking to these kids. I don't feel like some of these kids have ever been heard, or anybody's ever really spent the time to listen to them or let them know that, somebody cares about them and they're capable of doing more. And he said, there are some kids in there that just can't be reached. He goes, and I understand that, but there are so many more that can be reached. And so I think that in his plan was to help others, but I don't think that he realized how many people he really did help. And it may not have been the way he wanted in the short amount of time. I remember him being in the hospital, being really sick, and he kept saying, I gotta get back to my girls. I've got to get back to my girls because they need to see their shows, and there's things that they depend on me for there, and I need to get back to them. And I'm like, you just need to get better. Like, let's take one thing at a time, And he would be like, okay, but I feel really bad that I'm here, and I'm like, they're gonna be okay. They're gonna be fine. So I think that he did more than he ever really planned on doing, And I want to thank everybody from probation because there were a lot of times where he did miss out on things with us, and there was a lot of sleep he missed out on, and things that he wanted to be at, and he really was good at getting to all those things, but there were some things that he didn't get to go to, and you guys were his family. You guys probably spent more time with him than we did, to be honest, and I loved hearing about all different stories about how there was a code, and he backed this person up, and they were going to go in there and they were going to get it done, and or they went in and they talked a kid down, or different things like that he was really proud of, or him teasing certain employees that he would come home and tell me about because he was just an agitator. And that's just who he was.
Loved it.
Yeah. So So I want to thank everybody because it is hard. It's hard not having him. It's hard this being his birthday. But you guys have all made it special for us. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. What do you want to say? Go ahead, you can say it. Go ahead. Go ahead, you can say it. What do you want to say? What? Troy just wants to bring up that his dad was always late to church. That's what he wants to bring up. But he went, right? He went.
Got it. Good job.
Just like his father finding
Almost
a way.
got it. Woo! Yep.
With this, we signify, he's gonna be like he's forever in our hearts. He's gonna be forever.
So when they told me about the tree planting ceremony, Jose said, "Is there a specific tree you have in mind?" And I said, "How about a cactus? Because Brian could be kind of a prick sometimes." And I was joking, but that's how he was. And then I said, "Well, the only tree I really know anything about is a maple tree because it adapts to its environment." And I thought, how funny, I don't know why I knew that or why I remembered that, but I think it was fitting to what you guys all do for a living. And then if you didn't know, Ryan was actually a black belt in karate.
Oh no.
Yeah. He did martial arts growing up, and he was very into the Japanese culture. He actually had Santana tattooed down his leg in Japanese. So when they said the only tree that they could find that was a maple tree that would continue to grow here would be the Japanese maple tree. I said, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. I said, isn't this full circle?
Yes, yes.
So I definitely feel like this was meant to be.
Good.
Yeah. Go ahead, Troy. Go ahead. You're gonna put some next to the tree.
Thank you guys. And Hayley, we have one last gift for you guys on behalf of the Staff Appreciation Committee. So, we want to present you and your family with this. So this is not the plaque that can go with him forever. That plaque is on its way, but this is something we have to take home.
Well, just on behalf of the department, again, my name is Lisa Judy, and I'm the Chief Deputy over institutions. And I know since Ryan started his career with us in 2016 at RJH, his memory will live on forever. And as they say that, you know, our duty to your family is to continue to talk about him, to keep him present. When I heard people talking, and you know, we were asking for additional people to speak, I saw the lump in everybody's throat that wanted to talk, but knew that if they got up to that podium, it would be too hard. And just like you said, that's what I remember hearing about as well, is how he laughed. And when he laughed, everybody laughed. And how he was like the girls' unit whisperer. Everybody usually runs from that unit, and he ran in. And so just again, thank you for sharing him with us. And just, you know, your beautiful family, and I see him and all three of your children, and just know, you know, we're here for you. And, you know, with Father's Day tomorrow too, you know, we just wrap our arms around all of you guys, and just when you need us, we are here to continue to give you that support as a family.